We've all seen how in the past year extreme weather events have overwhelmed and affected many cities, so from overflowing rivers to devastating floods and coastal storms. In the end, the questions that always arise are how can we prevent these, or will we ever be able to face the climate change challenges in the future? Ciao a tutti, I'm Sara Marzio, and today I'll share some insights from my project, which is called Regeneration of Urbanized Waterfronts, and it's part of the GreeNexUS initiative. So what is an urban waterfront? It can be defined as the interface where cities or an urban area meet a typology of water body that could be a river, a sea, a lake, you call it. These areas right now are at a particular risk. And it's not just because of these big dramatic events that we saw recently or in the past years, like storms and floods. These areas are also affected by slow, inevitable processes like sea level rise or coastal erosion. And while these changes might not seem urgent at first, because they are not happening in the near future, they build up over time and they make things worse. Plus, with cities growing fast, population increasing along those waterfronts, it's getting harder to manage the risks. And climate change is driving these slow changes in a way that it's important for us to rethink on how we plan these areas and how these areas could be flexible and adaptive to these risks. So what can we do to protect these vulnerable areas? And one answer, among many others, it could be nature-based solutions as approaches that work with nature and they not go against it, they not fight against it. Of course, implementing this solution in highly urbanized waterfronts can be tricky. If you think about it, urban waterfronts have a strict and deep relation with the historical and social and cultural elements that are part of the community. There are ways to make it work. For example, we can restore degraded or abandoned areas along the waterline, transforming them into green spaces that can improve permeability of soil, that can improve the recreational aspect of these areas, and that can be also a social gathering and social hub space. Another element could be living shorelines, which combine natural elements like plants or wetlands and increase biodiversity at the same time. We can also use solutions like vegetated gabions to help manage runoff and improve land permeability. In short, hybrid solutions that blend engineering with nature-based approaches. They can create a resilient, sustainable waterfront development, respecting both the environment and the people who live there and the natural function of the area. My research focuses on understanding how we can redesign urban waterfronts to be more resilient, using nature-based solutions to better adapt to challenges like flooding or sea level rise and the impacts of climate change. It's about creating cities that are safer, more sustainable, and in harmony with nature. I'm Sara Marzio, doctoral candidate of the Green Regeneration of Urbanized Waterfronts project within the GreeNexUS initiative. And thanks to this project, we are working to ensure that our cities and our waterfronts are better prepared to adapt to environmental changes and to build a more resilient future for our cities. Thanks to everybody, and I'll see you next time.